Hey everybody, welcome back to Champion Sons and our EA College Football Team Builder Dynasty Series here with South Texas Big River University as we get ready for the Big 12 Championship game. Our first season here, we did just squeak into the Big 12 Championship. We had to have some things go right for us because we had some missteps there earlier in the season when you talk about games like Houston, where things just got away from us, and in reality, we probably never should have been in that position, but we were. And so now, we're stuck clinging to life, right? Kansas State, the number 4 team in the country, we are number 10. So a loss here could be enough to knock us out of the playoffs, depending on what else happens in some of the other games. So welcome back to Champion Sons if you are returning, and welcome if you are new here to our college football content. So right now, looking at the championship games that we do have, Oklahoma being number 1, Missouri's number 12, UAB number 6, South Florida number 9, Rutgers 2, Oregon 5 for the Big Ten, Florida State 3, Syracuse 7. What we're looking at here and what we're seeing is that there's potential to where even if we do lose, we're losing to a number 4 team. So maybe we hopefully, drop to just number 12. If UAB can pull out a win and take out South Florida, that's going to drop South Florida, I think, beyond 12, which kind of would definitely help us out, as well as possibly looking at a Syracuse losing to a Florida State. That one is not so bad. I'm not too sure how that's going to work. Jacksonville State and TCU. If we can get Jacksonville State to beat TCU and we start to drop, I think we can be set up if we lose to still make the playoffs based on what we're looking at in some of these matchups. However, it's just one of those it's going to depend on who loses. I mean, I think we really have to have UCF or USF lose, and ideally TCU have both of those teams lose. If we have both of them lose and we end up also losing, I think we can still make it in the number 12 spot. Or we could just win the game and decide that one outright and not have to worry about it. But Kansas State's always played us tough. We played them last season. We lost on their turf. Now, looking at some of the reasons why we're losing to Kansas State last year and what's led to their success this year starts out in their quarterback room with JT Dunbar. He's been their quarterback for the season, almost 3,000 passing yards, which isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, but for the way they run their offense, it is. On the ground, between Joe Jackson, their running back, and Dunbar, they're over 1,000 yards. So while thinking about it in the running game, you don't have to shut down one. You really have to shut down two if we want to try to make them a one-dimensional team. And so you could say, well, they have a running game. Shut that down in total. No, it requires you to shut down the quarterback also, whether they're scrambling or design run plays, right? So you shut down the pass, that's fine. You still have to deal with a halfback, with read option, with a scrambling quarterback. You got to deal with a lot of that. In the receiving game, I'm not too concerned as far as yardage. However, the problem that I'm looking at, if you see Trey Spivey, their leading receiver, 940 yards, had 8 touchdowns on the season. Malik Rashad also had 8 touchdowns and only 35 catches. Basically, almost 1 out of every 4 catches he made went for a score. These are things that are going to be tough. We're going to have to be smart in our pass coverage. And it's not somewhere, okay, we can just go with a big zone and hope that works. I just don't see that being ideal. It is one of those things that we're going to have to really be smart with how we try to cover that whole field. Now, taking a look at their offensive line. Seeing some injuries there, it looks like, between Mayo and Howard. They played 12 games. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about their offensive line. I think we can get pressure. Let's take Howard out of the situation. You're talking 4, 8, 6, 12, 12 sacks over a 12-game season. That's 1 a game. I think our defensive line is going to be able to get pressure at a greater rate than that. But looking at their defense, so a couple of things I want to look at. One is going to be the sacks to see where we're going to expect pressure from. And good Lord, Jordan Allen, 17.5 sacks on the season. Marble coming in on the other side at 6.5, and then some rush guys getting 5 and 4.5. I think Allen and Marble together when they're on the field is going to be a problem. Our line at times has had issues. We're going to have to figure out how to get the ball out quickly, and really kind of one of those, we want to be able to push it down the field, right? But we're going to have to get the ball out quickly to be able to do that. On the defensive backfield, 3 interceptions from Swain, 2 from Carter, 1 from Stonebreaker, and you start kind of getting into the middle linebacker area. Steelman's been prone near the end of this season to start throwing more interceptions, which is kind of nerve-wracking. But it's something that I think it doesn't stress me as much as other parts of their defense, as much as their pressure is. Now, if they start getting pressure and we have to throw it quickly, that's going to be a problem. I just can feel that happening. But either way, let's jump into this game here. Big 12 title game from Jerry's World up in Arlington, also known as the Death Star. We hand that one off to Gammon on the first play, and Chidi Obiozor is going to come through with the stop for a 2-yard loss, making it 2nd and 12 for our Cowboys here. Steelman staying in the shotgun, 4 wide set, has a snap in the pocket, fires it over the middle, and he threw it to the wrong guy, and that's going to be intercepted. Something we were concerned about just happened, and they are returning it untouched. Dante Carter, 36-yard pick 6 for the Wildcats, gets this game started off, and our first turnover, it comes in less than 2 minutes into this game. I was hoping that we would be able to be smarter about it. I don't think that one was totally caused by pressure so much. Steelman just made a piss-poor decision, throwing it a little deeper than what he should have. Probably, trying to force it down the field, it being a long-to-go situation. Got to do better than that. That is not how we want to get this game going. So after our second possession, where we do have to punt the ball, Kansas State's coming right back at us once again. They do lead 7-0. Hand it off up the middle, bounces out to the left side. He's going to be stacked up and brought down for a 3-yard loss by our defense, coming through some big plays there. Gotta love seeing the defense stand up like that. 3rd and 13 now for the Wildcats from the shotgun formation. Has the snap in hand, fires it deep down the right side. It's going to be intercepted by Malik Moon. He's coming back at him with this one at the 15, and he's dropped. Actually, they're going to mark him down at the 14-yard line, but Malik Moon goes up to get that one and brings it down for a big-time gain and turnover here. Following there, we had our turnover. Now it's time to force one on them. And Malik Moon, the senior defensive back who's made a habit of doing this, comes through once again in this game. And that would normally set us up, but our offense is really struggling, and so we fail to put points up. Now a little later in the first, after we are forced to punt, pressure is coming on their quarterback, and Joseph Head comes through to get his first sack of the day. So while our offense is struggling, the defense is actually doing fairly okay right now, coming up with that big-time sack on Dunbar. Joseph Head off the edges, constant pressure on his blocker. And starting to get pressure from other areas, I think, is starting to have an impact. We just got to do it regularly. That's going to make a 3rd down and 10 here for the Wildcats at the 36-yard line on the plus side of the field. They're going to come out in a 4-wide set, 2 receivers on each side from the shotgun. And it looks like they're going to call that on us. God damn it. That's one thing I don't like about this, the false start and all that stuff. Because it looks really to me like that's a false start on the offensive line, but hardly ever does that get called on the CPU. Hardly ever does that get called. So 3rd and 5 now after that encroachment penalty, as Dunbar has it in his hand, fires over to the right side, hits his tight end, and he's going to walk it in. I mean, I don't know why we couldn't have provided proper coverage on that. I don't know what was going on there. But a good throw by Dunbar, and now Kansas State leads by 2 scores. So here we come right back at him, having been in a position similar to this before. Steelman takes off on a 1st and 10 and picks up 7 yards. So we're trailing by 2. We've been here before this season. Sometimes it's worked out, sometimes it hasn't. We need to really come back, though, and need a score on this drive. 2nd and 3 from the 25. Steelman in the shotgun. Wildcats blitz, fires it over. He's going to hit Flood, who hits his own tight end, walks it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Travis Steelman dropped that one in a bucket. He's I guess he's going to start meeting Dunbar throw for throw. He hit his tight end on a corner route. We're going to hit ours, and that one's going to get us within one score here in this ball game. So following our touchdown to get the second quarter started, Dunbar and the Wildcats in a pistol formation, 2 tight ends to the right side, send a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. He's hit and stood up by Pianalto, brought down after about a 4-yard gain to make it 3rd and 6 here at their own 18-yard line. Dunbar staying in the shotgun, has the snap in hand. Blitz comes, fires it over the middle. He hits his receiver, who gets past one tackler, but is finally brought down by a flurry of other Cowboy defenders. Trey Spivey makes the catch. He's got 23 yards on 2 catches this afternoon. So 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats, staying in the pistol. 1 tight end, 3 receivers. He's got one of them off the line to the left side. Has the snap in hand. Quick throw down to the left. He's got a man with the step, and they're going to take that one all the way into the end zone untouched. They're going to beat us by about 20 yards on that play. He got right behind his defender with ease, might I say. A little too much ease as he gets behind him, and that's going to get him into the end zone. Malik Rashad, one of the individuals we talked about, we were nervous about. Like I said, about once out of every 4 catches or so ends up going for a touchdown, and he just put another one up on the board right there. So that's going to put us back down by 2 scores. So still here in the second quarter, only a couple minutes later, we're trailing 7-21, but we are on the move around the midfield stripe. Steelman hands that one off to Gammon, makes one cut and a man miss, and is brought down after a 7-yard gain to the 40-yard line, making it 2nd and 3. So 2nd and 3, trailing by 2 scores, needing to make sure to be consistent, keep a drive going, and get some points up. From the shotgun, Steelman claps his hands, looks over the defense, has the snap, hands it off to Gammon up the middle. He lowers his shoulder, picks up good yardage, and that's going to get us down to the 36-yard line with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, it's really about the 35-yard line here, 1st and 10. Steelman staying in the shotgun, 3 wide set. RPO option over, hits Peaks. He's got space in front of him. CJ Peaks to the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. CJ Peaks released on that one. A great job on the RPO to follow up. And I'm surprised none of our linemen got the penalty for being too far down the field. But a great job by them to maintain their blocks. And then Peaks to really get that wheel route going. But you can't say enough about easily blocking down the field for him. Then Peaks just the rest of the way. Pure speed to punch that one in. So now after getting a stop and staying within 1 score, it's 21-14. Cowboys coming right back at him. Steelman drops back, fires a pass over. He's going to hit Peaks one more time, who's brought down at the 22-yard line. He's got 93 yards on just his 4th catch this afternoon. So 1st and 10 from the 22. Just over 7 minutes or so remaining here in the second quarter. Steelman's going to be in a shotgun. 3 receivers left. Gammon offset to his right side. Claps hands, has the snap. It's going to be an option keeper, and he's going to be wrangled up. Nowhere to go. Well played by the defensive line for the Wildcats. Patrick Teamer coming up with the stop. 2nd and 13 now for the Cowboys. In the shotgun, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers set. Has the snap in his hands. They rush only 3. He fires over, hits Flood in the right flat. Picks up about 6 yards or so to make it a 3rd and 7. But we are down to the 19-yard line inside the red zone. So Steelman in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends on the right side this time. Gammon offset to his left, has the snap. Drops off a screen pass, but he couldn't get it away before getting hit. Teamer applied the pressure and put him to the turf, and that's going to require us to kick a field goal on a 4th and 7. Lincoln steps up, boot, ball. Yeah, pretty much right down the middle. All right, can't say that too often this season with their kicking game, but Lincoln, he comes through for us and does it again. Puts that one through the uprights. It keeps us within 1 score. It's going to make it a 21-17 ball game here in Arlington in this Big 12 championship game. Now later in the first half, so the second quarter, about 5.5 minutes to go, Dunbar snaps it, hands it off, going to the right side. He's going to be chased and brought down from behind the line. Kansas State, as an offense right now, has got 22 rushing yards. So a pretty impressive feat by this defense. The only difference in this game being the pick six that started it all. So 2nd and 10, Dunbar fires that to the left side. He got behind Fisk again, and now they're off to the races. Fisk giving a chase at the 15, grabs him and finally wrangles him to the turf at the 9. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Dunbar has got 213 passing yards thanks to these big plays, and that sets them up in prime position at the 9. 1st and goal, Wildcats, as he throws it off to the left side. Pianalto makes the stop easily right there. So now that is going to bring up a 2nd and goal here. No yards gained or no position gained on that play. Good stop by Pianalto to bring him down quickly. So 2nd and goal now for the Wildcats, staying in the shotgun. 3 receivers set. Looks over the defense, has it in his hands. Fires it quickly to the right side, hits his receiver, gets past one tackler. What were they doing? Just trying to chop his feet out from under him, and they got around him way too easily on that one. Trey Spivey, another receiver with 8 touchdowns on the season. Why not add one more to make it 9? As he punches that one in, and that's going to be adding some separation. Now we got to come back here in the final minutes of the first half to try and, keep it within a 1-score game, because that's what we're going to have to do. And that is just rough to try to pull off. We were not able to do it. So we are going to go to halftime trailing 28-17. Passing yards, 231 to our 213. They are 12 of 15. We're 16 of 25. The big plays. These things have hindered us during the season, and it's hitting us hard right now. We've got to stop all those big plays and the stupid mistakes. I mean, Steelman, that first pass, I don't know what he was doing, trying to throw it over the middle in the intermediate range. About 4 Wildcat defenders there. And so far, every mistake that we have made, the Wildcats have capitalized on putting points on the board with. So we've just got to basically cut that crap out, and we should be able to resolve some of these issues and try to come back here in the second half. Speaking of that, let's get that underway at the 30-yard line. Hand that one off to Gaiman up the middle. He's got space, pushing forward, and is brought down at the 6. Jamal Gaiman scrambles for about 24 yards on that one. That's going to make it 1st and goal from the 6. We're about 12 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, as this is the opening possession of the second half. 1st and goal for the Cowboys. 4 wide set. Hands it off to Brockle up the middle. Makes one little cut, pushing forward. Kept those feet pumping and gets to the 3-yard line. That's his 2nd rush of the afternoon. He has started to get some more playing time. It's good to see the freshman get some experience, especially in an environment like this. Now 2nd and goal for the Cowboys. As Steelman claps his hands, looks over the defense, has the snap, puts it in Gaiman's hands. He's got space, and he's unable to get away. Oh, my goodness. It was open, and Gaiman just couldn't hit the hole fast enough. And they will close that one up. That's going to make it 3rd and goal from the 2. Keeping them spread out. Steelman has the snap. Brockle bounces off a blocker and then is stood up by a defender. Mitch Marable comes up with the big-time stop. That's ridiculous. And that's going to make it 4th and goal. We are going to go for it here. 4th and goal. Steelman, 5 wide set, alone in the backfield from the shotgun. Has a snap. Scrambles out to his right side. Goes forward for it. Pushes it. He crossed the end zone. But there's a flag. They're going to call holding. A nut kicker right there. As you see, if they declined it, we'd have the touchdown. But now we have to go for the field goal. I mean, it's just the third quarter, but good Lord. Why would they do that? Huff, he's held a lot during the season, but man, we really didn't need it right then. Really didn't need it right then. So now here later in the third, the score is still 28-20. We're 1 score behind as Kansas State's trying to continue to pound this one home as they run that to the left side. And a flag is thrown on their behalf this time. They finally get a holding call, as that one is going to push them back to make it 2nd and 15 from the 40. They are still on our side of the field. Defense trying to bend but not break. Wildcats from the shotgun. Has the snap. Hands off going to the left side. He's got space open. Hit by Fisk, who He may not cover very well. He may get beat deep, but he does bring him down, bring down the running back, who's got only 10 yards on 10 carries this afternoon. So 3rd and 10 now for the Wildcat offense from the shotgun. Has the snap. Dunbar fires over the middle, hits his receiver, and no one was around. Oh, Draymond Gates was right there, but for some reason he was running way ahead of the receiver, and they just dropped it in behind him. So now it's 1st and 10 Wildcats after that piss-poor defensive play. Play action hit as he throws. Dunbar couldn't get rid of that one. Well, he barely got rid of that one on that. Coming off that play action, normally our defenders get fooled pretty well, but a good job with the blitzer to continue to fight and put the pressure on. So 2nd and 10, hands off going to the right side this time. Hit and stood up by Gates, who makes the play. He may stop a run. He can't stop a pass, but he can stop a run. And another holding penalty by this Wildcat offense. Eli Turpin coming through with his 2nd penalty in about, 3 plays, give or take. So 2nd and 20 now for the Wildcats from the 33-yard line. Staying in the shotgun, 3 wide set. They have the snap. Pressure comes. He fires it to the left side. Almost intercepted. Oh, that one is deflected. Just could not bring it down. And that's going to make it 3rd and 20. Going to be spread out. 5 wide. Has the snap in hand. Pressure gets there, and he fires that one incomplete. Varner coming through with a big-time wallop. Now, following the punt, we'll have it at the 18-yard line. Steelman has the snap. Throws it over the middle, and that one's going to be deflected. That looked like a dang defensive end jumping up to knock that one down from the middle linebacker spot. So 2nd and 10 now. Steelman making changes before the snap from the pistol. Has in his hand Wildcats blitz. Fires that over the middle. What is he doing? Steelman hits the middle linebacker right in his hands. And that's going to be put away for an interception. Obiazor, I can't believe Steelman threw that one right there. I don't know what he's seeing or what he's thinking, but that puts the Wildcats inside the red zone, handing it off, stiff-arming forward, picking up about 10, 11 yards on that run. And that's going to give them 1st and goal from the 5. Under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd. From the shotgun now. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends set. Dunbar has it, hands it off up the middle, and they're going to take that one in. Holes open all over that offensive line. Make your pick which one as he runs through. Now, I don't know if anybody saw the scoreboard down below. TCU did lose, which that is a positive for us, especially since we're trailing by 2 scores, 35-20, as we hit easily down the left side. He's got space. Easley's at the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So not only has TCU lost, but we're climbing back in this thing. The clock has not hit zeros. Big ladies in Dallas are not singing just yet. As Steelman fires that one deep down the left side, and I'm surprised easily able to get behind the line. And a great throw by Steelman to squeeze that in between the defensive back and Carter, the safety, right to Easley. So now we're back to within an 8-point ball game. A little later here in the 4th quarter, it is still 8 points. 27-35 as Wildcats have possession. Hand that one off up the middle. That's going to make it 2nd and 4 from the 25. Joe Jackson now at 28 yards on 15 carries this afternoon. 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats. In the shotgun, 2 tight ends. Play action. Fire that one over the middle, but he hits our defender. It looked like he hit his offensive line, which I think is a penalty. Either way, he didn't get it above the lineman, and it gets knocked down. 3rd and 4. Dunbar, quick throw over the middle, hits his receiver for 5. Oh, God, you got to be kidding me. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 Wildcats from the 19. As they are going to be in the shotgun. Has the snap. Hands it off up the middle, pushing forward, and they will get stood up right there. And that's going to make it a 2nd and 8. The clock is ticking away. And they're about to be at the 2-minute warning. It looks like hopefully they get this snap off at least prior to that. 2nd and 8, Dunbar in a shotgun. Wildcats got 3 receivers on the field. Hand that one off. No, RPO to the right side. Get it out to the receiver. Gets past one tackler and is finally hit and brought down. Oh, good Lord. Missing out in open space. Can't do that and expect to win 3rd and 2. It's now at the 2-minute warning. They have an option. Keeper! And that one's not going to be fooled. Cade Bloom comes up with a big-time wallop in a classic two-legged MMA takedown. That would result in a field goal, so now we find ourselves trailing by 11 here. 27-38, a minute remaining. Now, there was a point whenever they fixed the play clock or game clock in the 4th quarter under 2 minutes. I did not know they had done that yet. That was my mistake. As you can see, the clock speeds up in between plays. I do run the accelerated clock, but every other time before this, it hasn't done that. At least I never noticed until now. 4th and 10, 37 seconds. We still have 2 timeouts. Steelman has the snap in hand. Fires that one deep down the left side. He's got Easley, who makes the catch again. 10-5, touchdown Cowboys. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. He found Easley once again with a step on the defensive back. And having all those receivers, having Flood, having Peaks on the right side, Easley alone on the left, that did kind of stand up that safety, Carter, just enough that allowed for Easley to get behind the defense. McIntosh couldn't stop him. Carter couldn't stop him. And Easley gets his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon on another deep ball. He's got 177 yards on 3 catches. And that will lead us here to a 2-point conversion attempt to try to make this thing a field goal game. Steelman going to be in a shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 3 on the right, 1 on the left. Steelman has the snap in hand. Rolls out to his right, nowhere to go. Finally throws it at the last second. Line drives it into the corner. Not what you need to have happen. And Steelman's going to get blocked, and no one's going to catch him coming down the field. You've got to be kidding me. A 2-point conversion for us has just turned into 2 points for the Wildcats. And it's going to come down to this onside kick. Either way, 7-point ball game. Lincoln boots it, and they just scoop that thing up immediately. So we are going to lose the Big 12 championship game, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to be the one to break that news to you, but it's 26 seconds, 2 timeouts. They kneel it, and game is over. Oh, that one hurts. You know, it really does. If you take a look at the mistakes that we made on both of those interceptions Steelman threw, that was the difference right there. The pick 6, you get rid of that, we're looking at an even ball game, 33-33. The 2nd interception that put him right in scoring position led to a touchdown. Get rid of that one. Oh, now we're talking 33-26, and we can win the game. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot. We let too many big plays happen. We didn't come in and play the way we should have played. So now we got to hope the committee gives us an opportunity, gives us a chance. Like I pointed out earlier before Easley's first touchdown, TCU did lose to Jackson State. So that's a positive for us. So we're going to have to see what comes of it. Now we are taking a look at some player awards. Asher Varner is going to scoop up a lot of them. The senior defensive end, tons of sacks, tons of tackles. Just a phenomenal player for us this season. But while we do take a look at some of these awards, I do just want to remind y'all to hit that subscribe button if you have not hit it already. And if you did enjoy today's video, definitely give us a thumbs up. It really does help out the channel. I do greatly appreciate everything y'all do for us here at Champ & Sons. We're just shy of 500 subscribers. Never thought I'd really get here at any point, to be honest with you, but I'm so grateful to be here where we are at the channel. So thank y'all very much for that. I am just incredibly grateful for it. And if y'all want to be notified of our uploads, whether it's with Big River or other Dynasty series or anything else we have going on the channel, definitely hit that bell icon so you can be notified of all of our uploads that we do have with all the different things happening here at Champ & Sons. Now, UAB will win their conference champion. They are the highest ranked non-Power 4 champion. So they are going to be the 7th. Really, they should put them at the 5th seed. But either way, game's a little wonky in that area. But we will be in a college football playoff against UAB. TCU losing really helped us out a lot to squeeze it in. As we take a look at the bracket, here it is. If we win, we'll have to go to the Sugar Bowl. We'll see what happens. It's quite a daunting feat ahead of us at this stage, just looking at it. So while we do check that out, I do just want to thank y'all for joining us once again. I'll see y'all in the next game. We'll take on the Blazers, and that should be an interesting one to get this college football playoff started. But like I said, that'll all be in the next episode, and I will see y'all in that episode. So as always, stay safe, everybody. And well, y'all should know how it goes by now, right? Later, y'all.